Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
The Bohol is known for lots of beautiful sceneries, attractive tourist spots, and historical churches. Ancient churches that was built in 1600s, but now it changes everything. The beautiful view was devastated and vanished in just a glimpse. This is now Bohol's life.
At exactly 8:12 a.m., a magnitude of 7.2 earthquake of tectonic origin was predominantly felt the entire center of Visayas, particularly in Bohol. The size of the earthquake showed the neighbor provinces such as Negros Occidental, Leyte, Panay, and Masbate, and those located at the northern part of the Mindanao as well. The main shock and succeeding aftershocks were located in the vicinity of Bohol. These recorded events were shallow with a depth of at most 32 km. Based on a spatial distribution of succeeding events and characteristic of the earthquake, the event is tectonic in origin. It is caused by the movement of the East Bohol Fault, which crosses southern Bohol Island, helps relieve some of the tectonic pressure on the Philippines. The islands are crumpling between three crushing plates: the Philippine Plates, Sandan Plates, and Eurasia Plates.
The earthquake occurred as a result of shallow, reversed faulting on a moderately inclined fault within the crust of the Sandan Plate, rather than on the deeper subduction zone plate boundary interface that was described by the U.S. Geological Survey. At the latitude of this earthquake, the Philippine Sea Plate moves towards the west-northwest with respect to the Sunda Plate at a rate of approximately 10 centimeters per year, subducting beneath the Philippine Islands several hundred kilometers to the east of the earthquake at the Philippine Trench.
The type of earthquake is tectonic in origin. These tectonic plates have the ability to slowly and gradually move. These plates can away from each other, towards each other, can collide or slide past each other. When the two tectonic plates slide over each other, a huge tremor takes place, and that's how a tectonic earthquake occurs.
Tectonic earthquakes are the most common type of earthquake. Most of the mass destruction caused by an earthquake over the history is due to the tectonic earthquake.
It happens because hot rock rises, heated by the Earth's core. Near the surface, the rock spreads in two directions and goes sideways. It begins to lose heat. Eventually, the much cooler rock sinks back down. Through this spreading process, the Earth's crust is very slowly dragged apart, and it's this that ultimately causes the continents to move. Where the plates collide, the rock on the seafloor containing carbon from the dead plankton is carried deep into the Earth. As it descends, this layer of rock is heated, so the rock melts, releasing carbon dioxide. And gas is returned back into the atmosphere.
and the village of Ananao, municipality of Inabango, where there were several aftershocks recorded. Displacement of originally gently is looking to a flat ground form a northeast to southeast trenching wall, as much as 3 meters high and extends as much as 5 kilometers long.
The land measurement of the raised wall due to the reverse faulting is currently being determined in the field and through lineament mapping using high-resolution imagery. Reverse fault is a geological fault in which the hanging wall has moved upward relative to the footwall. Reverse fault occur where 2 blocks of rock are forced together by compression.
Some of the landslides which occurred in the Chocolate Hills showed eroded, deep-seated rock and earth slumps that involved relatively large volumes of materials. One factor that can be considered in this occurrence is the composition of the hill's underlying materials, which are mainly sedimentary bedrock and limestones. The quake triggered shallow landslides that were observed on the steep natural slopes of the famous Chocolate Hills. The intense ground shaking near the epicenter has caused radial erosion on limestone's Homohaki Hills in Sagbayan. This suggests that the rounded morphology of the Chocolate Hills observed elsewhere has been due to repeated strong earthquake in geological past.
Bohol Island is largely made up of limestone, and it is very prone to sinkholes because limestone are also prone to cave formation. They react to water over a long period of time. Sinkholes are also generated by the shaking of the underground.
Now, if there is already a cavity underneath, that means it is already weakened. Anything about it, especially the above floor is thin, when the earthquake suddenly occurs, then it may induce a sinkhole formation.
Custom afterlift has also been observed following 7.2 magnitude earthquake, particularly in the town of Bohol. It caused the ocean to retract for about 15 meters back. While a custom afterlift is not typical life-threatening hazard, it is useful in the confirmation of the focal mechanism of the earthquake.
According to PHIVOX, this rise in coastline means that the block to the southeast of the NBF, the hanging wall which covers the majority of Bohol Islands, which has pushed towards the province of Cebu by 33 centimeters. The Bohol earthquake is a devastating event that emanates from one of the many faults that straddle the Philippine Islands. There are many active faults that have been mapped and are potential sites for devastating earthquakes. Many active faults listed by PHIVOX near urban centers populated by millions of people. Metro Cebu, which is the second most populous metropolitan area in the Philippines after Metro Manila, came out relatively unscathed with only 13 deaths compared to the 199 fatalities in Bohol Islands where the earthquake emanated. In the meantime, the reversed fault found and best seen in Inabangan, Bohol, in most probability will be quiet and will not pose imminent danger from earthquake hazards, except for landslides and further destabilization of already weakened infrastructure, triggered by aftershocks, strong winds, and heavy rainfall. These recent events are a wake-up call for all residents of the Philippines to brace for possible earthquake that may strike the country elsewhere anytime.